What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick review and demonstration over SampleTank CS by iKey Multimedia. I don't know if you guys checked out the video I dropped maybe about a few weeks ago called Amplitude 5 CS. It was basically a free guitar rig. Well, this is by the same company. As I was looking through the product manager, I noticed that they had a bunch of free products to download. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and download some of this stuff, check it out, and bring it to you guys and tell you what I think. Make sure if you guys like this content, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell. So every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But let's go ahead and get right into this SampleTank. SumnSumnSumn, hit the key. All right, so I brought you guys to the product manager first. And basically, if you download Amplitude or anything like that, you get some free products too. So you see here, you get Amplitude 5, you get Custom Shop, you get SampleTank, and you get Signtronic. It's basically a synthesizer, and then T-Rax. So all that stuff is free. All you have to do is basically get the serial number and then authorize it. And so it's a few steps, things that you have to do. You basically have to install the program, it'll download it, and then you have to run the installer, and then you have to enter the serial code in on the FL Studio or whatever program it is that you're using, but then it'll work fine from there. So bam, we'll get right into SampleTank. When you get SampleTank, this is what it looks like. It's pretty dope. In essence, you can layer sounds. It's got a ton of effects. It's got a mixer so that you can mix the sounds and effects and stuff like that as you layer them. It's got a bunch of different sounds. You just click on this load instrument button. And then it'll give you all the instruments. So it's got basses, brasses, chromatic instruments, drums. It's got a bunch of different stuff. It's got 50 different sounds and all. I'm going to go ahead and I made a beat. The beat, normally I don't put any effects on the beat, but I put some effects on it today because I wasn't going to do the demo. But then I was like, man, I got to do the demo. So it's not all the way mixed down, but I'll play for you guys what I have. All the instruments, the strings, the piano, the choir, and the bells, it all came from SampleTank. So that was the basic little beat that I put together, but now we'll go ahead and we'll get into some of the sounds so you guys can hear what it actually sounds like. So the one negative about this plugin is that when you load up an instrument, so we'll start with the arpeggios. When you load up an instrument, it takes a minute for it to load up. Some instruments load faster than others, and once you finally load one up, everything like will load up pretty fast in that instrument group. But it's like the initial instrument loading up takes a moment. And I'll show you that like once we get to the piano and stuff, it takes a hot minute. But I'm going to go ahead and just start with this arpeggio and push play, and I'm going to just go through some of the sounds. So I'm going to hop into the piano just so I can show you what I was talking about. So, you know, if you click on something with the left click button, you have to click off the other one to take it out of the instrument group over here. But you can put everything over there if you want to. But I don't want to do that for this instance. So you double click on that with the left button and see it takes a moment to load. So sometimes it goes faster than other times. Sometimes earlier it was taking forever. I'm going to change the pattern and let's go. So some of the things on here take a lot of CPU and some don't. So you just got to be careful with what you're playing with. You know, if your computer can't handle it, it can't handle it. You know, but I didn't have too much problem when I was running a bunch of this stuff earlier. It's a lot of this too is with the OBS running in the background. So we'll go to organ next. That organ right there is for all you animals out there. So next, I guess I'll go with some ethnic, and it's basically got this kalimba. This kalimba sounds pretty dope. You know, all the samples do. So I'm just gonna go back down to this pattern. So that's not bad at all. Then it's got some brass. The brass is heavy though on the CPU, even if it's just heavy. You see how long this takes. I'm just gonna let this stay up here just so that you can see how long that some of the instruments take a very, very long time. So it's not all of them, just a couple of them. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the stuff does sound pretty good. So it's up to you, you know what I'm saying? Whether you want it, whether you don't want it, you know, it's something you got to think about. But again, it's only a few of the instruments that take this long. But again, I'm just gonna let this run all the way out so that you can see how long that this one takes in general. So I changed my mind halfway through and was like, nah, forget this. But you guys get the drift. So this is what the horns sound like, or the brass sound like. So, you know, that doesn't sound bad. We'll go to the next instrument. It's got drums. So it's got an EDM kit, it's got a hip hop kit, and it's got a stage kit. The drums don't sound that bad. I'm not really going to go through all the drums because we all know what drums sound like, but the kits do have a lot of stuff in them. So, you know what? Maybe I'll just go through one of these kits real quick. Um, Here's some of the sounds from the kit. And it has a whole bunch more. It goes lower on the keyboard than Z, an octave, but you know, you get a whole bunch of different drums and stuff like that too. So that's not a bad throw in to go with it. You get bass, so you get like bass guitars that don't sound that bad. So we'll go ahead and we'll run those so you can hear what they sound like. It's got a guitar too. The guitar doesn't sound bad at all. And then you can do a strumming feature with the guitar too. So I'm just going to play the guitar, just some notes on the guitar. Um, so nothing big, you know, just something basic so you can hear what it sounds like. And then we'll also play synth bass for you so you guys can hear what that sounds like. And they do have one set of vocals. They call it a mixed soul choir. I don't see no mixed people over here though. Just jokes, just jokes. But you know, it's not a bad sounding choir. So then they have like it broke down into 3 different. You have your sopranos, your tenors, and your altos. So that's not bad at all either. So, you know, it goes down to different levels. So, you know, you can use that appropriately. But now I'm going to show you guys a couple more things. I'm going to show you guys how to layer instruments together. And then I'm also going to show you how to use the mixer and put effects on. So with this, like, let's just say we'll pull up chromatic, and then we're going to just pull up the dyno clean. So this is what this sounds like again. So if I wanted to layer something, I would just hit this play button and then come back over here to add instrument. And then I'm just gonna add on the kalimba with it. So we'll just go to ethnic, and then we'll tap the space kalimba. And so then you'll come back over here to play, and you're gonna wanna make this right here, this little MIDI channel, you're going to want to make that go to the same MIDI channel that you had. Now you can do different stuff, and you can put different MIDI controls in and different MIDI paths and so on and so forth to this. But for the point of this demonstration, we're just going to show you like this. All right, and so then what you can do is you can come over here to the mixer, and you see how it's got both of these up in the mixer. You can put effects on the mixer this way, or you can put them in another way, and I'm going to show you the other way because I think the other way is better for the fact that you can mess with the effects. You can't really mess with the effect right here, but you can adjust the faders, you can adjust the panning, you can adjust a lot of stuff in the mixer. So you see that's pretty dope. I'm gonna come back over here, and I'm just gonna take this off. In order to click something out, all you have to do is right click on, or left click on this right here and push empty, and then it's empty. So now what we want to do is we want to come back over here, and we want to hit this button right here. This is your effects rack. And what this does is it brings all your effects up right here. So if you want to change an effect, you can just come up here to this top button and click on it. We're going to change it with this hall reverb though. And then you'll see here, it's got different kind of amps that you can use. It's got different kind of distortions that you can use. It's got different kind of EQs, different modulations, different reverbs, delays, different filters. And all you have to do is obviously click on it. So we're just going to put a spring reverb on there just for, you know, giggles. But it gives you a ton of different effects, and all that's free, so you can't complain. You know, you get 50 different sounds, and then you get all these effects to manipulate the sounds with. So it's definitely something that I would recommend checking out. One last thing that you can do is you can mess with the basically the trigger and the latch. So I can show you better than I can explain. And then you can also pick where it's going to cut off and where it's going to start with the notes. And you can also change the velocity too. So you can do a lot with this little plug-in. I'm sure there's a lot more. Like I said, I only had it for maybe about an hour and a half. I put together a little beat and then decided to bring it to you guys. You know, I definitely would recommend it. It's free. It is a big download size, but it's got some quality sounds, as you guys can hear. Make sure if you guys like this content, you elbow droppers know what to do. Drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell, so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some, hit the key.